on Daytime with Aston Avery on Gateway 97.8. Now, Stephen Smith, my regular contributor, he joins me right now. So, hello, Stephen.
Hi, Aston. How are you today?
Fine, thank you, Stephen. So, now this being said, talent is one thing there. When did you first discover your talent to guide people?
Oh, so that's not for me. That's for Katie.
Oh, my bad.
I didn't guide anyone.
Stephen. Anyway.
Oh, it's an exciting show today, Aston. We've got some really exciting guests on. You want to tell us about them?
Oh, yes, we have. We've got Katie Keeley, who's getting ready to join us shortly. We've got Heidi Gammon, who is a therapist. Also, Simon Hinton, who's going to be all the way from Australia. Good day to him, I have to say, over there. And also, Wendy Turner-Webster's joining us. And our special guest today is actor Fraser Hines, I have to say, Stephen, who you met at the Hero Awards. So,
I've known him for years.
So, with that being said, Stephen, the question is all about life here. Have you ever had to change your life around?
Oh, many a time. I think everyone goes through a journey in this world and you have to change it occasionally. Recently, I've had to change it. It's amazing what you find out about yourself. I think it's really interesting as you go through a journey. What were you, Aston?
Kind of, to some extent, really. Obviously, throughout life changes throughout. Obviously, as people get older, unfortunately, that's the life change. Unfortunately, as they say there. But that being said, Stephen,
to get older.
I hear little birdie's told me you got a new column out.
Yeah, I have a fabulous new glamorous magazine called Vouz, V-O-U-Z. I hope I'm speaking it correctly. It's an opinion column, and it's a big glossy. It's in shops, and you can get it online, and you'll adore it. It's really nice.
So, obviously, I mentioned about readings here, Stephen, but one aspect here, have you ever had a reading?
Do you know, I have, and I'm really excited about our next guest. I sometimes, people always turn their nose up about readings, it's fine, go ahead. I'm not to judge if you don't like that kind of thing, but occasionally I use a psychic just to get a little inkling about life and just get some ideas. And I don't think it does any harm. I don't take it too seriously, but it's something worth looking at occasionally.
So that being said, Stephen, we've said about mediums. Yeah. We've got our first guest lined up. That is Katie Keeley, who joins us right now. So hello, Katie.
Yeah. Morning, campers from Blackpool.
How is it up in Blackpool? What's the weather like?
Really nice. The weather has dropped to a nice energy, and it's sunny, but it's not too hot.
Oh, it was lovely. It's lovely to have you here.
That's really nice. I've just come back from a nice break in the Lake District, so it's nice and cool.
Katie, what we're talking about, I mean, as you said, your title, you're a psychic, and I've been lucky enough to use you, as many of my friends have used you as well. And when did you first realize you had a gift or a talent to be able to guide people or see things?
Well, I've never, ever been taught. Spirit always teach me. And I always remember as a tiny child, Spirit sitting on my bed. Yeah. So it's just something that I've always had. And then I just remember when I was about 8, running down the stairs, I saw a fully formed lady walking out of my mum's wardrobe. So I ran downstairs and she was in the kitchen washing the dishes. And so I told her, I was screaming because, you just don't see that every day. And I was only about 8 and I said, Mum. And she just said, oh, that's Auntie so-and-so. And it was almost, and still is in Blackpool, you don't talk about it. So you very quickly learned that whatever you saw, you just did not talk about it.
Yeah, of course. Now, Katie, you've got to ask this question. You've got people like Ricky Gervais, who obviously doesn't believe in God, doesn't believe in anything, and thinks there's no such thing as ghosts, and that psychics are all mumble jumble. What do you say to the skeptics that say, "Oh, come on, you're just a wise lady that can pick up in people's, auras or vulnerabilities"?
The best story I can tell you is of a chief inspector that I once knew. And I said to him, do you listen to your intuition? He went, no. And I said, well, when you go on drug busts and what have you, do you listen to your gut instinct? He said, but of course. And I said, but that's your intuition. And I knew him for about 5 years, and he used to take the mickey out of me. He used to go, "Who is she? Who is she?" And this one day somebody said, "Oh, Norman wants to see you." So I said, "Oh, why?" And she said, "He's seen a ghost." I went, "Oh, he has he?" And he was sleeping with his girlfriend, and he couldn't sleep, so he was sat up in bed, and he saw a ghost at the side of him. And this ghost was like on a chest of drawers, and he could tell you every single wrinkle in that ghost's face. And he said, as I looked at him, he just disappeared into the chest of drawers. And I said to him, I said, so now you've seen a ghost, do you believe? And he said, I know what I saw, so I have to believe. So he still didn't want to believe, but he had to believe.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
that's my best story. That even if you say to people, have you seen? Generally, I would say about 80% of people will have seen something but seen or heard something but didn't want to believe it.
And Katie, there are those that say it's just moments in time trapped, as opposed to a ghost.
When you've seen something fully formed, I'm skeptic.
And I think I don't know what happened there, but I think we've got
the best thing that you can do if you think that you've seen something and you're not sure is to actually look away to your right and to look back again.
Aston's still there.
Yeah, I'm still there. I'm still there, funny enough. I'm still here.
Be something that is not what it's supposed to be. Sorry, I'm just getting these cold callers coming through now. So if you look to the right and it's still there, then it definitely is a ghost.
Oh, easily. And that being said, here, what is reading going to involve? And for the for listeners out there, can you really pick up over the phone or even right now on certain people as well?
And when I'm not working, Spirit will only turn me on. Will only turn me on if it's an emergency. So say when it's happened, I've been sat at a set of lights and I've been ready to go, and my husband's always bought me a vehicle that is a sports engine to get me out of trouble, on motorways, because I've been saved in lots of accidents being forewarned, so I've used speed to get away from an accident. So I was a set of traffic lights and I've had slow shouted in my ear, so I set off very slowly instead of normal, and a gentleman coming the other way had gone through a set of lights talking in his mirror to his wife and child in the back, and he didn't know that he'd gone through a set of red lights, and if I'd have gone the normal speed he would have hit me. And he actually turned around, he did a U-turn, came back, and I'd parked up in Tesco's, and he actually came back and apologized to me. So it's only ever in an emergency if I'm not working.
But I was asking you, can you, people are doing readings through the phone. Can you actually just...
Oh, yeah, no, distance, I do readings all over the world. The distance, if you're meant to get a reading, you will get a reading. How I link in, which is unusual, is through people's dates of birth. I said I've never ever been taught, and in fact when I was tested with the British Astrological and Psychic Society, the gentleman that was testing me said, your grid, which is where you put your numbers, is all wrong. And I said, well, I've never been taught, so I wouldn't know it was wrong. And he said, well, it's all wrong, it's Chinese. And I said, well, I don't know. I said, can I just ask you one question? And he said, what? Because I'm always, I'm confident in what I do. I said, do we get to the same answer? And he said, yes. And I said, well, I've never been taught, so what's the problem? And he had to ask me, because the problem was he's been taught. I've never been taught. Spirit teach me, but we still got to the same answer. So who was wrong? Nobody.
That's being said here. Have you, obviously we've mentioned about having to stop reading here, but have you ever seen a ghost here, Katie, during your readings here?
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
I think she told you the answer to that.
Yeah, she did.
She's seen a ghost. I would ask you about. I know there was quite. So you've been in Ghost Hunters or Most Haunted, haven't you?
I've done Celebrity Most Haunted with Alison Hammond and Christine Lampard and Simon Out of Blue and Katie Price, and that was a joy to do because it wasn't edited, it was live, and it was real, it was fun. And it was, batteries are all charged up beforehand. But one of the things when you do go on these ghost hunts is that as soon as you start working, the batteries will go flat straight away. Spirit will play games off camera. As soon as you stick a camera on, they'll go off. They won't work. But we did get evidence of a ghost walking through, and Alison Hammond did unfortunately break wind, and Katie Price soon found out that if she broke wind, she would get camera. She would get more camera time, and they did with the equipment behind Katie Price when they were filming her. Yeah. They could see that she actually got a ghost behind her, and she broke wind, and you could see the ghost just go away dead quick. It was brilliant. So you could see that.
Let's ask you. You're working with Katie at height. Did you foresee that she was going to have some issues like she's had recently?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. I mean, the first thing she said to me was, "You're going to hate me," and I said, "I couldn't hate you, lovey." I said that hate causes too much energy. Yeah. And then when she got voted out, she went to the press and said that I'd said something which I hadn't said.
I'm sure you forgive her. There's lots of people.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? She's very, very clever. She's a very clever lady, yeah. And of course I forgave her straight away. But I knew I knew straight away as soon as she said that you have to be psychic to see what was coming.
What's quite interesting to me is a lot of big businesses use psychics in this day and age. And I remember going for a self-employed job with someone, and she went, "You've got it." And I went, I hardly said a thing. She said, "You look like the man she described to me." But what should people that are looking to use psychics or business, etc., look for in a psychic?
I can only say that people that use me, yeah. For all matters, big companies and celebrities use me because I am honest. I have never been taught. I'm an honest lady, but I will only give you the truth, and you might not like it. I have given celebrities the truth, and they didn't like it, and it came true. But I can only give the truth because I have to sleep at night time. As I say, this is a job that I do passionately. I do a lot of charity work. Yeah. You'll never see a rich, true spiritualist medium because they give so much back.
Yeah.
They're not people that, have lots and lots of money because they give so much back. But I am so passionate about my job. Because I just want to help people.
That's interesting because Katie, they always say, if you're a psychic, why haven't you won the lottery?
Funnily enough, Stephen, funnily enough, and everybody laughs at this. Yeah. Funnily enough, I was honestly, I was given the numbers one night, and it was a joke from Spirit, and they gave me them so fast that I couldn't possibly remember them. But we do win in other ways. We do get tested, and then if you pass the test, because you have to live your life spiritually, and sometimes it's not nice. We do get treated in not nice ways, and we have to respond spiritually, and sometimes we get rewarded in other ways. Do you know what I mean?
Of course, Katie. Katie, can you feel Aston's aura through here?
I would, with Aston, I would look at his date of birth. That's how I link in, because as I say, I don't work until I link in. So if you give me a date of birth.
Yeah, that's 20th of June 1991, Katie.
Oh, that's almost the same age as me.
Well, who knows?
Have you just turned the 9 around?
Oh no. 19, is that what you're saying?
No. If you turned the no.
So actually, in this year, Aston, it's very you are actually about 90% of people that are coming through to me at the moment, and I do believe that I have waves of people coming through of the same type of energy. Your energy at the moment in this year is, what do I want? Where am I going? And particularly to do with a career issue or financial issue. Once you get to your birthday next year, this is like a resting period where literally it's to go inward. It's to find what you really want for yourself, because next year, where you are this year, if you can see my hand, where you are now, it's a resting phase. It's not a very good year for stress, so it's not a year where I would say move or anything like that. You've got to be kept calm. It's a year of learning, of doing anything that keeps you calm, because next year it is go, go, go. Next year it's a career. If you wanted to learn to take your career up another level, you aim as high as you possibly can. The higher you aim, the more you will get. You are a leader, not a follower. But the thing about you is that sometimes you put your bar so high that you beat yourself up if you don't get to that stage, or even you press the self-destruct button. Would that be correct?
Yes, I think you read my mind there, Katie. That's frightening. That is absolutely frightening right now, and I'm gobsmacked. So, do you have anything lined up in the future here, Katie, for yourself?
So for me,
yeah,
I just carry on doing what I'm doing. I'm quite happy at home. The studio shut when we went into COVID, but this is what I do. You see, now what I'm giving you now is telling you that to stay away from any stress this year. If something is stressing you, take time out. Just say to someone, right, I can't give you the answer today, but I can give you tomorrow. Now is a serious time for you to think, where do I want to go with my career, particularly next year? Because next year you really have to aim as high as you possibly can. And then the next year, if the year after that, if something's not working, just let it go. So you're going through a flux of change from next year. So they want you to rest up and learn and just chill this year. But it's an inward time. What do I want? Where am I going? This is for you. And it's almost, and if you're not in a relationship, the whole world this year is being given another chance of the home, the house, the family, a relationship. But you have to learn commitment, and a commitment in your career, a commitment in a relationship. So if a relationship wasn't working last year, you're going to get another chance at it this year. But the problem with you is that you are a perfectionist, and sometimes you put that bar so high that when you don't reach it, you either press the self-destruct button or you end up beating yourself up. You need a job, particularly next year, where you are dealing with the public or helping the public in some sort of way. But the higher you aim next year, the more you're going to get. The less you aim, the less you'll get. It is as simple as that. And as I say that, then I start linking in with the cards. You have a very, I know you're born the 20th of June, but you have an Aries aspect. You are a leader, not a follower. The card I've got for you is you are already starting to go through some big changes.
Wheel of Fortune. Wow.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds excellent.
The Wheel of Fortune is usually a card where I would say that you would be going through in about 18 months. So they're already starting to happen. So if you get any offers coming through, particularly to do with your career, change of your career or taking it up another level, I know you don't make decisions lightly. You do take your time. But I would say to you something really, I would say to you, watch whilst you're driving. If you're driving a car, just watch while you're driving, or doing things quickly. watch while you're driving at the moment. And you're talking about money. There is some money coming to you, but there may be a slight delay on it. So if you're waiting for some money to come in, but this shows particularly to do with your career here, it's showing that I've got a crossroads here. So you may be doing something as well as, or you may be thinking of actually changing your career, maybe doing something else, going into television, but there's a contract here.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so one for me. Katie, I'm really sorry. It's been fantastic. Can we just ask you how people can find you? Because I know some of it, I'm sure Aston's mum will be on the phone quite soon to get a reading.
Probably will.
How can we find you?
You can find me on Facebook under Katie Keeley, and you'll see me and Christine Lampard at the top on the banner, or www.katiekeeleypsychic.co.uk.
Katie, I can't tell you, everyone, we're not saying that I believe in ghosts, etc., but we are saying that sometimes it's worth having a reading, even if it's just for fun.
Yeah.
I would say now, give £1 to charity. That will bring you luck, and it will bring me luck.
Yeah, I will do right away.
Oh,
not you, Stephen, Aston.
okay.
I've got no chance of luck.
There you go. So,
Katie, lovely having you on.
Okay, bye.
Have you on, Katie. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Oh.